Is this the same Gerber that makes the baby food?
I don't know. I don't think so. I'm not. It could be. All right, we're here. We are going to be setting the tub today in the shower diverter. We got a nice 60 inch long Cambridge American Standard steel tub. I think it's like steel / cast iron, like a combo. It's better than a straight up steel tub, but it's a higher end, really nice tub. I think it's like 17 or 18 to the height of it. Nice soaker tub type deal.
So it's higher, and that's good. So you can sit in, like you're sitting in it more.
Yeah, it's
more
not
submerged.
Low. Yeah, if you remember back in the days how low the tubs would be when you sit on them, they were really low back then. This one's a little bit higher up. And then we got a Delta rough valve with integral stops on it. If you don't get the don't get the trim kit on your shower valve or your tub and shower valve, if you just have the rough valve, you need to get integral stops on it to be able to turn the water back on, else the hot and the cold will mix. Regardless, it's still nice to have integral stops on it, because if you ever go to change the cartridge out in the future, you can turn them off and then change the cartridge out. But we have that. It's just going to be a basic tub shower combo. So tub spout, shower head. I cleaned the whole area up. I swept it real nice. I cut the old trap out, and I'll pipe that in after I set the tub, because there's plenty of access. There's easy access from behind.
What's down here right now? Like, do you have to redo all this down here?
Yeah, well, I cut the old trap out
okay,
because
there it goes.
So I had to go from PVC to ABS. This house was installed with ABS piping, and we don't do that anymore. We use PVC. So they make a specific glue that transitions from ABS to PVC piping. That way, you know, all the pipes in my van is PVC, all the fittings are PVC.
What's the ABS? Do you have that?
It's the
Is
black.
Is that this guy?
Black plastic. It's like before they really came out with like PVC. I think they still use it up in Canada or some places, but we don't use it in our area anymore. And another note I'll tell you is never put a trap for your tub with a nut on it. These nuts are really only meant for like underneath kitchen sinks or bathroom sinks or something. This is the style that I'm going to be using. It's a glue trap. You glue this 90 into it, and that way it's a permanent seal. These ones are stupid. I see them leak all the time, you know, further down the road. I just don't like them at all. I know some people might like to use them, but I think it's stupid. So I'm putting a glue trap in. Else I would have just kept the trap, because you don't have to, but I don't like these ones, so I'm changing it out.
Okay.
So we'll do that. We're going to bring the tub up. We're going to get read the directions, or take a measurement how high we need to put our stringer up on the back side of it. See how unlevel the floor is, if we have to level, blah, 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 and then we'll set it in place and be donezo with it. So
you're going to read the directions?
If they even have directions. Sometimes sometimes it's easier to read them.
I think I have probably 5 minutes worth of footage of you pulling directions out of boxes and just throwing them to the side.
So. Yeah, probably. I mean, but sometimes with tubs, some tubs, you know, fiberglass tubs, they want you to use Structilite, not mortar. Some tubs want you to use mortar, not Structilite. Some tubs say, you know.
Oh, well, I have Structilite.
Yeah, so.
What is the purpose of the Structilite?
Well, you don't really need them for steel tubs, but I like to put them, because sometimes I also like to put them with steel tubs because the floor is very unlevel sometimes, and if you need to adjust it so high, I like to have support underneath of it. I mean, you can put shims underneath there or whatever because it's a steel tub, but I still like to do it. On fiberglass, a lot of times you have to, because the bottom of the fiberglass is so like flimsy,
like malleable.
Yeah, that you can possibly crack the base.
So it's like a reinforcement.
Yeah,
and a leveler.
And it helps with, like, if the floor's way out of whack, sometimes I'll put a thick coat of Structilite or mortar down, and then set the tub, and then push it down where I need to get it level, and then let it set up.
Gotcha.
So there's several reasons for it, but fiberglass, you almost always need it. Steel tubs, you don't need it, but I like to put it sometimes, but it's really out of level or something. So
all right.
We'll get the tub out, we'll do some dry fits, and we'll go from there.
Well, we ran into our first problem of the day. We realized that the bathtub that we got, the nice bathtub, is 32 inches, and that brings us directly to the jamb. So we're trying to figure out if we can move this door to the right a tiny bit, but we have the toilet right here. So have to see if we can make that work somehow.
I put the stringer in. I'm seeing what's level, what's not level. So
you got to do
left to right is level, side to side is not. So I'm gonna shim up this side, get exactly my level, mark my shims, and then these are wood, so obviously I don't recommend keeping them in there because wood could possibly rot away eventually. So you either use composite or I might just use some of that Structolite to put underneath it, and then eventually I'll leave these under, but I don't care if they rot away because it'll be Structolite holding it up over time. So that's what I'm doing.
So this is dry fit right now, but we'll pop it out again and then...
Yeah, probably like 3 more times probably, but we'll see what happens.
All right.
Rust resistant screws.
Rust resistant.
You can also use galvanized roofing nails. Sometimes if you want, you can put rust resistant washers with the screws to get a better grip on the edge of the tub. But I know it's gonna be fine.
And we just kind of slosh that Structolite down underneath this, and
yeah, just give it a little support. Nice little.
nothing.
You don't
fancy.
have to, but we take the extra step here sometimes. All right, we're gonna put the waste and overflow in now. We got
What is waste and overflow? Is that little silver guy or whatever on your tub?
in the drain. So if your tub ever overflows, it'll go down the back end drain and not overflow into the bathroom.
Right.
So we got ours a Gerber one. These are my favorite ones out there. We got a tubular. So it comes with a nut and washer. And then I did a tiptoe action instead of like one of those lift rods. I like the tiptoes.
Wait, tiptoe. Oh.
For the drain.
Yeah.
So we see here, there's a spot where you press to close and then you press to open.
Ah, that's nice.
I like that. A lot easier for installation, and I just like them better than having to deal with them other things. If hair ever gets caught up in it, it's going to get caught up in this first. All you got to do is unthread it and get the hair out. A lot easier that way.
Are these more expensive?
No, they're same price.
Okay.
If anything, it might be a little bit cheaper, but less brass. I don't know, but I like that. And then we got a chrome finish on it for now. Rich is going to have to change that later, but he's got to figure out his finish on it. But I like the Gerber. They sell them at the plumbing supply houses. The one we go to, Penn Supply, they sell them. So if you're in the Jersey, Lower Bucks area, Trenton area, you can stop by Penn Supply, get one. But I like these the best. And then I got a tub shoe. This goes in the shoe part. You get it in there, get a little screwdriver action, and you can tighten it up with this. So this is kind of a must to have. Well, it's not a must. You use needle nose, but then you end up bending your needle nose, and it's whatever. This is nice to have. And then this is beautiful to have on waste and overflow. I didn't figure this out until a couple years ago. But this is a basin wrench, but it's a larger one that can fit 1.5 inch nuts or bigger. And it's nice because I can get this bad boy and tighten that bottom nut real easy. So this is a killer tool to have on a waste and overflow.
That expands.
Well, yeah, it expands, and then once you go to tighten it, tightens up on the nut. And
I'm just saying, like it extracts.
Yeah, it's extension.
Right.
So that's the full extension. But like I said, it's nice to get that bottom nut with this bad boy.
Right.
So that's pretty much what we got. We're gonna start with the shoe, then pipe from there. I think I actually have to extend this
for this tub.
Overflow for this tub because it's higher up. We'll see what happens when we get going. So. Also, I like to use putty, not silicone. Some plumbers like to use silicone. Some plumbers like to use putty. I'm a putty guy, so that's my personal preference.
Alright guys, I apologize because apparently I did not grab Mike at the end of this rough-in and have him explain it, so I'm going to try to do the best I can while he does the rough-in. First we can see us putting some wood blocking back there for the shower valve. Mike's in the back hooking up the waste and overflow. Now he's going to mark where the shower valve is going to go, line us up. Then he's going to take the shower valve and lay it on the floor. He's going to kind of prefab this, but he's going to prefab the shower valve with the hot and cold pipes, as well as the shower head, obviously, and then the bottom for the shower faucet. We attach that to the wood blocking, and then Mike is going to come behind the shower. Luckily, we have a access panel back there. He's going to attach a shutoff valve to the hot and cold water pipes, then attach those to the valve. There's a little nifty trick here with a piece of metal plate where he's soldering against the wood, so it's nice. He puts the wood blocking back there and then attaches the water pipe for the faucet. And now we have a roughed in shower.